In this video, I am going to talk about a topic which I am not qualified to talk about, and that is the US politics. The main reason why I am going to talk about the United States politics is the country where I come from, that is Kenya. Our constitution is normally compared to the United States constitution. And we need to have or to remember this in mind that our Kenyan constitution was promulgated in 2010, and it's one of the newest constitution all over the world, and it has received a lot of praises all over the world that it is one of the most progressive constitution to ever been established. But if you realize, we as Kenyans, we are going through tough challenges, more especially when it comes to implementing this constitution. And as one of those individuals who is not a resident in the United States of America but likes to follow the United States government and also the United States politics, there are a lot of things which I have observed which are so similar in the manner in which they are a challenging issue to their own country, and it is the same experience which my country is going through. And in this video, I am going to talk one of the things which I have observed, and I believe this idea was actually reignited because there is a book which I'm currently reading, The Elites of the United States of America, how the Constitution was established not to benefit the majority, that is the populace, but only the few elites. That's how the Constitution was designed in order to ensure that the lives of the elites is as easy as possible. And once a given benefit has been realized to the elites, that's when now those individuals who are in the middle class and also in the poor class can at least access those benefits. But if the constitution or if a benefit is going to benefit the majority who are the populace, then that thing or that idea is going to face a lot of opposition and it's not going to be accepted by a few elites. And one of the things which we need to realize is that the a few elites are the ones who are so powerful. They have the control of the constitution or of the government in general. Now, let's use a good example of Thomas Massie. I was watching Thomas Massie. He was actually being interviewed by Tucker Carlson. For those individuals who are unaware of who Tucker Carlson is, he used to be a Fox News host, yeah, but he was fired and he decided to go independent. So in this podcast, Thomas Massie was even himself was afraid that he may end up losing. I believe he comes from Kentucky. He may end up losing the position or his position in the government as a senator of Kentucky. And the main reason why he may end up losing is because there are foreign powers or foreign institutions which are involved in funding the campaign in terms of unseating him from Kentucky. So he really fears that he probably may end up losing the seat of Kentucky. Now, for those individuals who have been following the United States politics, they can understand that Thomas Massie is one of those individuals who probably fights for the rights of the most Americans, what most Americans stood or stand for. But he now faces the challenge of being how can I, which is the best term to use? He is probably going to lose the seat of Kentucky because a few elites are not happy about what he is standing for. He is not ready for the United States of America to go and fight foreign wars. He is not ready to support the United States government in sending aids. Is it aids? Yeah, aid to foreign governments, for example, Israeli government and also the Egyptian government. He has said these are the things which he has stood for. And if you remember what Donald Trump stood for or campaigned before, he said that he was going to be one of the presidents who is going to stop foreign wars. But even 2 years have not gone, but the United States of America is involved in a war which they were not even attacked, But due to the influence of the foreign government, the United States of America finds itself in a war. We need to remember not even the Senate, which has enabled or accepted that the United States of America is involved in a war. But since, if let's use this case scenario, if the United States government was a democracy, majority of the United States citizens would not be or do not support the war which is going on between the United States government, Israeli government against Iran. If you research the approval rate of Donald Trump, you will find that his approval ratings are around 32%, which means majority of the Americans do not support this war. But since the United States government, which most individuals tend to believe is a democracy, but it's not a true democracy, it's a representative democracy, if they were listening to what the majority of its citizens are thinking or talking about when it comes to a war which their government is being involved in, then the United States president could have been cautioned, even be unseated or be impeached by the Senate. But since the elites are more okay with the war, most elites do support the war. That's why the United States government or the Senate has not cautioned or tried to impeach the United States president. That's the true sense or the true fact which most Americans need to be aware of. And they need to understand that these elites are the ones who have government contracts in terms of manufacturing weapons, in terms of maybe making some supplies to the industrial military complex. So it is so challenging for those individuals who are in the Senate to challenge what the president is doing because they were put in that state by the elites. So they are doing the work on behalf of the elites, not on behalf of the majority of the populace. So that's why if you are a United States citizen, you need to be aware that probably your vote, your voice, your you being told that you are in a democracy, you really need to wake up from that kind of sleep, because it's not a true democracy. If it was a true democracy and you realize that the United States people, a majority of them do not support the war, then those who are in the Senate, who are representing you, they could have already called the president and informed him of what you want to be seen, you want to see done. That's exactly my thought when it comes to those individuals who are in the United States government. And this actually can be the same case to my government, the Kenyan government. We do not really have that kind of power in terms of what is being implemented in our government, because those individuals who have been sent to the parliament, to the Senate, the work they are doing on behalf of corporations, on of a few elites. That's why probably most of the things which you tend or you want them to be implemented, they are not implemented because they will be a disadvantage to the elites. So that's kind of my thoughts why Thomas Massie is likely going to lose. It is because the elites are not excited or are not happy with what he is trying to implement or stand for when it comes to the US politics and how it associates with its foreign friends. For example, the government of Israel, or maybe the European Union, Canada, whichever country these elites have a grudge against. Anyway, I would like your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think, or why do you think that the government officials do not support what the majority stand for? I would like your thoughts in the comment section. See you in my next one.